Hi and welcome to DJ and BJJ with me, Irish Mike, and my co-host
Ken.
Hi Ken, how are you getting on?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Been a while again, like normal.
Yeah, I mean, people have been gagging for another podcast.
There's been literally dozens of them.
So yeah, we had Choke some more, as people are going to know from reading the episode to get on here. Just had a discussion there. We think it's so good. The interview with him.
Normally we tail end our interviews and make people listen to 30 minutes of us jabbering on about bollocks for the first half of the podcast, but this one, was a good chat, so
we're going to go straight into
We'll lead straight into it.
All right, Ken, so who have we got with us today?
So with us today we have Finnish BJJ black belt, currently training out of Spain, known for his social media presence, Miko Hytonen, I hope I've said that right, and more commonly known as Choke Some More. How you going, mate? Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. I'm having a great day. I just enjoyed a little bit of peers and relaxing on the house after hard training. So all good, buddies. How are you?
Yeah, we're not too bad. Yeah, good. It's good to see you. It was a long time in the making. I actually, before I actually met you, we had messaged about having you on the podcast, but we're kind of bad at getting back to people. So then when I did meet you, it was just reinforced that we need to have you on, because I seen you on another podcast, and you were about to tell a story about what your story was, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to listen to this guy's podcast and hear it all. I want to ask him myself.
Have the organic conversation. Did you know Miko trained there when you went out to?
No, I did know you were training there as it came up, because you posted a few things and I could see Scramble Spain in the back, and I was just like, oh, it'd be cool if I got to meet you, and then actually got to be a drilling partner of yours. It was kind of, it's kind of up there, one of the things, and as you come across in your videos, you are that kind of a cool, happy-go-lucky kind of guy, and people probably think it's like something that you're smiling for the camera or something like that. Like I think you're like that 90% of the time anyway, from my experience with you anyway.
Actually, I am exactly the guy who is in the videos. So for me, it's nothing. I'm just being me, and that's what makes my job kind of easy, because I'm just being me and doing my thing and be really open and again, of course, I have bad days also, but overall, I decide to be happy. I decide to smile, and I decide to fucking smash those obstacles. So I don't care. I decide to be positive.
Yeah, it's working out well for you anyway. Like, you have a good social media following, and when I first came into the gym, I hadn't, even though we'd spoke online and that, I completely shut down, and I was like, I can't even go over and talk to him. But you were recording one of the drills for your videos in the background, and I was like, oh look, this is like it happening in the wild, So it was kind of cool to see.
So I do want to get into all of the social media and Malaga stuff in a minute, but a little disclaimer here, Miko. I always do a bit of research before we get guys on, and you're not an easy man to do research on. I don't know whether that's by design or not, but it was tough to find some info on you. So I'm keen to get the story from yourself directly, really. Obviously from Finland originally, I was able to pick up some scraps that you were perhaps a blue belt back in 2018. Obviously a black belt now. So can you fill in some of the gaps for me? And kind of what got you into martial arts initially? Maybe was that while you were still in Finland, and then how did you end up in Spain as a black belt?
Okay, so first of all, I started martial arts when I was 4 years old. I started wrestling, and my grandfather and my mother took me to wrestling because our house was pretty windy place, and actually that was my kind of a safe place, as you can say. So I started competing already when I was 5 years old, wrestling. And I did that, let's say, until I was 14, 15. And then life took a little bit different path for me. We moved a lot with my family. And then basically I stopped doing martial arts I stopped when I was 15 and I went back when I was 31. So actually, I was also, after I stopped wrestling, I started to play football. And I played football about 10, 15 years. I always played football when I was a kid, but I played like semi-serious.
Okay.
A little bit of time, and then when I turned 30, I was like, it's not going to happen for me. I was not good enough.
Okay.
And I decided to choose different path, and I have been always doing also, unfortunately, some stupid stuff, but other than that, take totally new spin, and I really, really went into that life and doing criminal stuff, and just, I don't know, maybe it was some kind of empty part in my life, because the soccer, the football, and the wrestling, and everything was kind of gone, so I needed to fill my life with something, and I was in that life also. But I left that life, 2000, I think 2011, 2012, I moved to Spain, and because I was a kind of floating around, I didn't have any kind of I was so depressed because I didn't have anything what was defining me, because previously when I was wrestling, I was that defined me. When I was doing football, that was defining me. And I came to Spain and I was really, really lost. I left a really bad life and I was like really lonely and I didn't basically have anything. And I decided like, okay, I need to do something. And for me, I understood immediately that needs to be something physical. So I was first thinking about, okay, maybe I will start to go to the gym. Like, fuck me, I'm just gonna, go running and doing gym. And they were like, fuck, man, for me, if I just look good, and it's not enough. I need to have something else. And then I thought, like, I'm gonna maybe go back to wrestling. I was like, maybe. And then I'm 32 years old, and I go back to wrestling. That's gonna be a short stint because it's fucking tough sport to do wrestling. Fucking over
it's tough to do as a kid. It's tough to do as a kid, let alone coming back as a grown man. Hey,
I did one class in that place in Spain with you on the Saturday, and I tell you, it's actually the hardest workout I've ever had in my life. So I can definitely relate to that.
And that was like a jiu-jitsu wrestling workout.
No, it was a proper wrestling
class.
Yeah,
cool. So you obviously you didn't want the muscles without being able to use them. So you found your way back into martial arts, but it wasn't wrestling. Was it jiu-jitsu straight away, or did you bounce around between a few of them for a bit?
Yeah, let me tell you. And actually, I don't know. I hear your voice is a little bit not so good, but I tell the story and let's check it out after. So I was thinking about wrestling, and then I was like, okay, that's what's gonna happen. I started just Google, martial arts, and I was thinking like maybe I will go to do some jiu-jitsu, and I found jiu-jitsu from Google. I watched Joe Hickson crazy documentary, and I was like, fuck me, this might fit me pretty well because I used to do wrestling. So, hey, good idea. Maybe I'll try that. And actually, I was searching for an apartment, and the real estate lady was like, I don't know why, but I started to talk with her, and I was like, I don't know. I have been thinking about trying Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Have you ever heard? She said, actually, yes. My husband is actually a teacher here. It's Demian Majas brown belt. He has a gym here. And I was like, oh, and the lady was Finnish, and also my first coach was Finnish, and I was like, oh shit. And the lady called Marek immediately. Hey, here's a guy who wants to try it. I was like, no, don't promise anything. And then I made a promise. Okay, I will do one training. And I remember my first training, I went by bicycle there, close, and I was watching the people who went in, and I was like, fuck, what I'm gonna do? These guys look so badass. They're gonna kick my ass. And I was like scared and nervous and everything. And my first training, I went in, and I remember when I went to the mats for the very first time in jiu-jitsu class, all the smells, everything what was there, it was familiar from my childhood. So I just left the mat and I said, it's good to be home. And first these guys looked, who the fuck is this guy? Never even trained anything, good to be home. But it felt so. And that was my first training, and I know almost immediately this is what I want to do, and this is what I want to teach eventually. And just from that day on, I decided whatever happens in my life, jiu-jitsu is going to be the backbone of my life. Relationships comes and goes. There's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be a lot of stuff happening in your life. And then I just decided, okay, there's going to be one thing that I'm not going to give up, but it's going to be jiu-jitsu. Whatever happens, in some point, if I just work hard, do my thing, help people, keep positive, something good will come. And here we are, talking with you guys and living the dream. So I'm happy and proud to be here.
Living the dream, indeed. I think, you definitely are. Yeah, and you can see it in, as I say, like you can see it in your face, even when you talk about it. Like, so sports were always grounded you then, and like whether it was martial arts or something else. And then when you didn't have that, that's when I say, devil makes work for idle hands, like, isn't it? So like when you've nothing to do, that's when you kind of go off the rails. So you're starting in your jiu-jitsu, your white belt. Did you do much competition at white belt or?
Yes, actually, I competed semi-actively until I was not actively. I have been 5 times in my life in jiu-jitsu competition, because the thing is, like, for me, I'm a competitive mind, but the problem for me was because when I started to do wrestling, I was forced to compete every single weekend since I was 5 years old until I was 15. So 10 years, every weekend I was competing. I enjoyed it, but I was forced to do it. So it was not my choice.
Okay.
So it was a good thing, but when I started jiu-jitsu, I didn't have the I need to compete because, the flame was already in my childhood. But I still did it, and actually I did my first jiu-jitsu competition after 3 months of training. I traveled 5 hours on the other side of Spain, went there, was leading 2-0. happy camper, and the guy armbarred me, and I was like, still, I was happy. I was like, fuck yeah. After that, normal training felt great. So, but yeah, white belt, I did 2 or 3 competitions, and then upper belts. I think 1 blue and 1 purple, and about half of the matches I won, half of I lost. But as a purple belt, I transformed heavily to teaching side, and because the thing is like, if I'm competing, I love it. No worries at all. Competing is nice, but when I'm preparing for a competition, if you're a competitor, you need to be a little bit of like selfish. I need to train for myself. I cannot train. If I want to win a competition, I cannot train like I train. I give out positions and I teach while rolling. If I create this kind of habit, not gonna happen. So I decided like, I want to share my passion. You know, this is my mission for world. So I'm gonna share my art. I'm gonna teach and I'm gonna lift other people. And if stars are aligned and someday I feel that I'm healthy and there is some competition coming, I will go there because I really don't. Sometimes we learn, sometimes we win, so it really doesn't matter. But that's not priority. But I'm still ready to test myself.
Yeah, that's something you said there. It's like that competitive mindset. We were actually talking. We've a WhatsApp chat, a few of us, and we've a black belt that trains with us. We've had him on the podcast. He's a good friend, and like he often says to me, like, you need to turn it up more. Because I don't have that killer instinct, like, and it's kind of, and I do enjoy, like, I don't care if I get iron belt, same as yourself, like, I kind of laugh, and I often talk shit. If it's like one of the brown belts, he fucks me up, I'll chat shit to him, and I'll say, oh, like, if I'm fighting an iron bar and he can't get it, I'll say, oh, you have a blue belt iron bar, you can't even iron bar me, like, what's your problem, and things like that. But, I think that mindset is something that, like, you've chosen that, like, you want to share it, and you do have to be more selfish and not give up positions, and I think even roll harder with, like, you have to have someone, you equally have to have a training partner that wants to like roll that hard, because competition level is not in the gym level, like it's another level, like, it's an extra gear, and like, I don't think I have the gear is there, but when you're not using it, it's hard to find,
Also, like you were saying, it's not quite as fun, like from your Instagram and your social media presence, one thing that comes across is that you find jiu-jitsu fun, clearly, and you're enjoying yourself when you're on the mats, right? Competition training, you don't get to be quite as experimental as you clearly like to be. You have to focus on kind of polishing your A game. You have to, like you say, get those hard rounds. And it's a different, you come to the gym with a different mindset every day. And like you're saying, jiu-jitsu for you was a kind of salvation and something that's like been your backbone. And, if you're getting that out of it, do you necessarily need to maybe tarnish that experience by forcing yourself into that comp mindset every day? But you talked about coming through the belts, right? So obviously you're training at St. Terry's place now. You weren't with him as a white belt though. So what was just a brief overview of your progression through the belts and where you were training at the time would be nice.
So I started in Gaijin Academy Jiu-Jitsu. So my first coaches were Marek Kostecko and Jassa Jukkari. They are both Demian Maya's black belts and Finnish guys. We started in small gym, garage gym in Fuengirola, Spain, 2012. And we didn't have warm water and there was cockroaches and it was like old school. This was kind of it was a fish shop before. Now it was just garage. And when we opened the doors, there were streets just there. And it was like it was brutal place. It was brutal place. But there I trained first 3 years there. So I trained slightly more than 3 years to get my blue belt. Because actually one time we were having a party with my coaches and with our team in Gaijin, and it was maybe 1.5, almost 2 years. I was already like white belt, and there was one of my training partners came to train like 1 year after me, and they gave him the fucking blue belt in that night. And I said, like, with all due respect, can I ask just why? Because I have been grinding, I can submit this guy easily. Blah, blah, blah. He's okay. Your belt just moved 1 year. I said, okay.
Old school mindset.
Old school. But again, it was, again, I'm proud of those years because that made my base game, like the hard, tough base game, that kind of training doesn't exist so much anymore. And again, it was brutal. But I got my blue belt from them, and then I started to train with Santeri, let's say, I'm not sure, maybe 2016, 2017. Maybe I started to train with Santeri, and Santeri gave me my purple belt. And then exactly, I think I'm not even sure when I got my purple belt. Maybe 2018, I'm not sure. And then exactly after 2 years, I got my brown belt. And again, after 2 years, I got my black belt. So it was a little bit more faster and actually when I was talking with my previous coaches, my first coaches, Jassa and Marek, because they needed to go back to Finland because the gym was not, working properly enough to make money for them. And I asked them like who I should train with. Like, tell me who is the best guy in southern Spain. And I was like, I didn't choose Santeri because he was Finnish. It irrelevant in my mind. I asked my coaches, who is the best? They said Santeri. I said, okay, I'm going to shift my life there. And I rented a place close to the gym. I was just struggling. I was doing office jobs, whatever. I was making 600-700 euros a month. But I was able to train every day. I was really happy because that was the most important thing. And I told Santeri that I'm going to be here and I'm going to be here forever and, all the belts. And he was like, yeah, we will see. Yeah. And here we are. I kept that promise, and I got my black belt actually now a little bit more than a year ago. And every day learning something new. But pretty traditional, about 11 years.
Yeah, I was going to say, so that works out about 10, 11 years from the story. Yeah. So yeah, so you started your teaching, really, like your pivot to focus on teaching, you say around purple, right? So when you were training under Santeri.
Yeah, actually, I was already teaching when I was a white belt. I was helping and doing some basic stuff. My coaches asked me to do. I think I was a 3-stripe white belt, but I have been always really really strict on that. I love teaching, but I never try to teach anything that I don't know. So, for example, when I was a white belt, I thought I can teach, but I can teach only fucking scissors whips and flower sweep. Something only thing what I know. Okay, that's good enough. Then you're gonna teach them, and I have been teaching since I was a white belt, but as a professional, like really teaching like classes, and Santeri give me the advanced classes and everything since I got my purple belt. Okay, so then I started to teach, and I have been professional coach now, I think 6 years. When I was a purple belt, actually, that was the 2019, end of 2019, before the Corona show started. I decided to start to put videos on Instagram and everything. And pretty soon after that, I was able to shift to professional because I had so much private students already when I was a purple belt, so I could make the 600-700 what I was making in the office pretty easily. And then I was like, fuck me, I made it. I did it. It doesn't matter. If I can buy food and I have a house and I can train every day,
I think that's the dream. That's the dream for everyone.
Everyone who does jiu-jitsu, who doesn't think about if I could only train and go home and stretch and eat chicken and just living the dream. But yeah, I'm living exactly the dream, and of course it's a long journey. But if you just don't quit, it will happen. You become good enough, and if you're open-minded and just keep going, good stuff will happen.
So the social media focus for you came around purple belt as well, right? From what you were saying. Yeah. So was that, because obviously you've got a huge following now, was that something you kind of saw with the potential to grow into what it is now, or was it something where you just, kind of what attracted you to that style of video you make, and, did you really, when you first started out, see you being at the spot you are now?
So first of all, because I have been always this kind of shadow guy on social media, Facebook. I never comment anything. I never like anything, but I'm scrolling down there. I'm
doom scroller.
Yeah, exactly. I hate that. And because of my shady past and everything, I was thinking about I will never start to post anything. Everybody knows where I am, and I was scared of those skeletons, and I was like, fuck me, I'm gonna be hiding here. But then, because people told me, Miko, you understand that you are a great personality, and this would be the great way for you to expose yourself to the other world also. It doesn't mean basically anything. You can be the best jiu-jitsu coach in the world, but if nobody sees you, you're only going to be best coach in the world for those people who are training with you every day. And then I saw one of my training partners made a video to Instagram, let's say 2019, and after training, and he was filming it, and I look at it, and I was like, I can do that much. So I just need to do it. And then I decided, okay, then I started to Google, and I started, okay, so what I need to do, I need to post consistently, I need to engage with my audience, and I understood immediately, if I want to make this big, I need to do stuff right. I do content however I like, but, engaging with my audience and answering questions, and then I started to do videos. At first, actually, I started to do 1-minute videos, because then Instagram limit the video length was 1 minute.
Yeah, it was before the Reels came in, yeah.
Yes, exactly. So I did 1-minute videos. 2 times a week, every Wednesday and Friday. So 1 minute, some joke and some technique and jokes again and stuff like that. And that was, I grew maybe 20,000 followers or something like that. But then the Reels came. And first I was thinking, I'm not going to do this. This, in my mind, this is cheating. You're only going to do 10-second video, put some music. I don't like it. And then I was like, oh, everybody else is doing, maybe I should maybe I should try it. And then I remember I thought a few of our young guys, Joel and Christian, excellent fighters from my team. And I said, can you help me? Come on my videos for a few videos. And then I decided, okay, we're going to film 6 videos, reels. And I still remember the first one. I was ashamed because I put some music, like some boss music or something like, this feels like I'm fucking flexing or whatever. And then it got fucking 1.7 million views or something like in a few days. And I was like, I think I'm onto something. Then I understood. Yeah. Then I just realized that, okay, now it's the momentum. So now I just cannot stop. And then I just started to push more videos and like, pump 1 million. And then one day I got like 18,000 followers after my Power Kimura video. I went to sleep on Saturday. I posted a video and even for me, I was, this looks like nice, like everything matches the, the music and everything. And from then I never looked back. And now I still post almost every day on Instagram, Facebook. And now also I'm putting a lot of time and effort on YouTube. So that's my.
Is that a recent thing, your YouTube stuff? Because I just seen you post on it there the other day, and I know when I was there, you had you were teaching a private, I think, 2 things, and you were recording some of that as well, were you? Because I seen you did.
Yeah. So I have been doing YouTube on the side because I just posted the same videos what I did previously on YouTube. But now I understand, like, because I can create content, I can make 20 videos a day. For me, it's no problem. I can tell you 15 minutes about what is the difference between different kind of jiu-jitsu belts or whatever it is jiu-jitsu related. So now I started to do like longer videos on YouTube, but I started to really put time and effort on that like only 2 weeks ago, and I have like 37,000 subscribers. So I also understand like, okay, so this is also leading to somewhere. And of course, YouTube is the biggest video platform in the world. So now my next goal is to be
if you get the retention right, you can make a lot of money as well, can't you? Like
exactly. Monetizing, and that's something is what's going to happen also. And again, because I can create the videos, and now my goal is that I'm going to at least next month I'm going to create 1 video a day for YouTube, and then I'm going to maybe a little bit slow down. But I just want to push a lot of content there, and my humble goal is to be YouTube biggest jiu-jitsu content creator in next year.
Is it
before next year ends? I want to be the biggest one.
That's a solid goal because there's a lot of people in that space now. But I mean, obviously, you can pivot your Instagram following hopefully and get people across. So it's longer form content you're doing on YouTube, right? So it'll be longer form.
Yeah.
So
I do like 3 to let's say 2 to 5 minute videos. I have like a beginner series, and I have like a jiu-jitsu tips. And for example, today I was filming video. Like, am I getting better? Because everybody's asking, people don't feel like they're getting better. And then I was like, I've seen other video, what not to do while rolling. And then I did like 2 easiest sweeps on close guard and, jiu-jitsu content, but like 3 to 5 minutes.
So still digestible, not like, I feel like some of the YouTube content for jiu-jitsu is a little bit on the long side, unnecessarily long, like what could have been said in 3 to 5 minutes is sometimes spread across a 15-minute video with a lot of pausing and kind of being sat in a position and not really, conveying much jiu-jitsu. Yeah. So that's cool. Is it Chokes and More on that platform as well?
Yeah. The name is Chokes and More. For my specialties, because again, I was looking at the guys, Jordan Jiu-Jitsu, Jiu-Jitsu, Night Jiu-Jitsu, and these big guys, and I saw the videos and I love them all. Great stuff, good guys. But I was like, everybody is, editing, everybody is a team. I said, fuck. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to film everything on my phone and just put them on. And I will learn on my way. Same way on Instagram. I just started to push videos out there. I'm learning on my way. And of course, I'm going to maybe start to film with cameras a little bit later. But so far, I'm just going to do it on my phone and just share my passion and let's see how it goes. And I'm not editing my videos at all. Everybody else is editing them. I don't edit them at all. I just, whatever I say, I will say, and I just put it on online, so I don't care.
Yeah, to our detriment, we do the same thing with this podcast. There's never
if the content's good and authentic, though, I don't think people mind too much with edited, especially like with the techniques. If you're showing legit techniques and giving good advice, people don't really mind. It's like you turned up to train in an old fish shop because the techniques were good and the coaching was good at the time. It's like it's not about the where you are or like what phone or camera the thing's filmed on. It's about the quality of the content. So fair play. Do you think your social media following and the Instagram page that got you the BJJ, because you've got, is it 2 BJJ fanatics or is it just the one?
I have 3 now.
3 now, okay. So you've got 3 of those over the over what period have those been filmed then? Because that's what, over 18 months or so now?
I think I filmed first one because I think our first one was maybe 3 years ago.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I was a brown belt then, and I filmed first one. It's called Label Shock from Everywhere, and it's still actually one of the most sold like submission. It's still selling a lot. So I was like, wow, like it was great. And then I did that was Label Shocks from Everywhere. Then I did No Kid Shocks from Everywhere, and then last one what I did like 2-3 months ago was Chokes and More, like my favorite submissions from different positions. And now I have already the next one ready, which is going to be close guard, half guard, and let's see when I can film that. But that's I have three now, and that's the same because the editing process with BJJ Fanatics is like you can choose, for example, technique number 3, edit from this and this and place, and they do the editing and everything. And they was contacting me, Miko, what do you want to edit? And I said, just put it out there.
Yeah.
Are you sure? I said, yeah. If I curse or say something really stupid, that it's like you need to beep it or something, then you do it. But otherwise, I don't care. Sometimes I stutter, sometimes I don't say right words, but I'm not perfect, and I want to show everybody that. Don't stress about it.
I think that's a really good thing for you as a coach, though, like an accolade, like most people like to get a BJJ Fanatics, like that's up there as like a goal in jiu-jitsu if you're a coach. But like to have 3 on the back and another one coming, I think like you seem to be winning at everything you do, like really, to be honest, like it's probably the positive mindset, as I say, I keep going back to, because we often say like jiu-jitsu, people say jiu-jitsu changed their lives, and I hate saying that, but we met each other through jiu-jitsu. We didn't know each other beforehand. Now we're friends. We started a podcast about jiu-jitsu, and all we do is talk about jiu-jitsu. Do you know what I mean? It's just consumed our lives, like. But it's so
Exhibit A.
Yeah. So, but the tattoos then. So was that something that carried on from your past, or was it something that you liked beforehand? Because you seem to collect a lot. Like, I mean, I've seen you in the shower, so I know what you're.
Take the picture.
Yeah. I'll post it to your OnlyFans. Yeah, if you chokes and more, will definitely get you a lot more following there. Maybe I think.
White ass in Andalusia.
But are they something you collect, or is it something you always liked?
Yeah. I'm an ink collector, and I took my first tattoo in 1995. And actually from that day on, because I love tattoos, because they are my way to express myself. And most of my tattoos, other people, they have no idea. And some of them I even regret it by myself, but they are stories about my journey. Yeah. Some tattoos I really think like, for example, something related to family, my daughter, need to be like this. And then I might be, meditating myself in the night and I see some nice picture that, fuck me, I want this on my ribs or something like it's just natural, and I'm an ink collector, and actually in a few weeks, in 1 month, I'm gonna have again a couple of sessions. But I just love tattoos, and I love the way they express you. And actually, I was talking with one guy about this, and I said like I have a lot of tattoos, and I know a lot of guys who have a lot of tattoos, but sometimes I see people who have a lot of tattoos, but they are all like everything's perfect. Everything is perfect, all the lines, and everything is symmetric, and everything is the same. I don't think, but that's something suspicious. If you have a lot of tattoos and everything's like beautiful, I'm like, I don't know why, but for me, it's somehow suspicious.
Yeah. It's the same as when someone doesn't have a vice. If you meet someone and they're like, oh no, I don't drink, I don't gamble, I don't take any drugs, or I don't do any of that, you're like, you're up to something. You're a little bit too perfect.
Maybe it's just me, because I have a lot of like shitty tattoos, and actually, let's say 2.5 years ago, almost, because before that I have been taking a lot of tattoos. Previous gang members and around the world, tattoos everywhere. But 2 years ago, when I came Abu Dhabi, like that was my first like big gig. I was teaching Serbian national team in IMAF World Championships, and that was great for me financially also. And I came back from there, and I decided like, now first time in my life I'm gonna go to somebody who's really good. And I found Ariel Disabado, who is my tattoo guy now, excellent guy, Lucky Tuesday tattoo owner here in Benamanena. And I remember I called him. I didn't ask a price. I was like, fuck me, I didn't ask a price. I went there and I was like, this is so amazing. Everything was. And I told him the story, like, you're the first guy who I have proper money to pay, because tattoo is not easy, and cheap. Sorry, because if you go on a good guy, like, they have also built their skill set. So one day tattooing is like it costs you a lot, 500 to 1,000 a day. So it's not cheap. But now I have this guy. Now I almost everything what is coming now is good tattoos. So that's surprising.
Is the plan for a full body suit, or are you just going to collect as you go? You have no plan, or?
Absolutely. I'm gonna be filled up, and actually because my back is almost empty, so that's gonna be something that I'm gonna work on now. I think in the winter time before next summer, and now I'm gonna do something on my chest, and I want to be fully covered, and I love to have like a lot of small pieces, so you can look at me 1 hour and then you have small Bart Simpson there. What is this? And like there's a lot of stories and a lot of like that's what I like to. I'm collecting just.
Oh, we can edit it back in.
Oh, we are back.
Oh yeah, thank God. Yeah, I thought you were gone for a minute. I was like, we can edit it back. I can stitch that together.
But yeah, so me, they don't need to be kind of that they need to be a same theme. For example, I have like a serious tattoo, skulls and bones, and then I have a Bart Simpson, and actually who is Escobar, so it's an Escobar and Bart Simpson combination, Escobar, and I have like a Bugs Bunny, tired Bugs Bunny, like red eyes, and I was just laughing at I want this one.
I actually think I know the picture you're talking about. I haven't seen the tattoo, but I think I know the one you're on about. There's like a famous Bugs Bunny episode where he's all strung out, like, and it looks like that with the bloodshot in the eyes and stuff. Yeah,
that's it. My daughter asked, "Papa, what is this?" I said, "It's tired Bugs Bunny." He looked at me like suspicious.
He's tired.
Tired.
He needs to sleep.
So you kind of glossed over it there in that anecdote, but so you were out. Did you say coaching? Was it a Serbian team?
Yeah, I was. So 2022. Yeah. I was in IMAF World Championship in Abu Dhabi. So it's like an amateur MMA World Championship.
Okay.
For the juvenile kids, and I was teaching Team Serbia there. Actually, the boys came first from Germany. They live in Germany, but they are in Serbia national team, and they came here to train with me in Spain. And they were happy about my performance, and they said, "Okay, we want to hire you to come to teach us in Abu Dhabi." And I was like, "Okay, let's do it." And I went there, and actually, in Abu Dhabi, when I went to the Cobra Muay Thai gym first time training teaching the boys, and there was air conditioning, and I was like, "Oh man, I've never been in a place where it's air conditioning and training." Because are you serious? Yeah, this is new for me. I was like, "Yeah, I made it again. I'm air conditioning," and it was great. I was living in a 5-star hotel, and I was like, "Man, I'm teaching jiu-jitsu. What a dream! What a dream!"
So a Finnish fella living in Spain ends up coaching the Serbian team in Abu Dhabi. What a tale, brother! What a tale! That's a hell of a story. Where else has jiu-jitsu taken you? Interestingly, obviously you kind of found it when you were in Spain. Is there anywhere else that you've ended up traveling because of jiu-jitsu?
I have been basically around Europe. I have been teaching a lot of seminars, and because I have also private students, so I have private students who, for example, hire me for 1 week, who want to progress really fast. And of course, it's cost you money quite a lot, because if you want to hire me, but I'm really good at what I do. So there is people who want to pay the money, and then I fly to them, and I, for example, train with them 1 week, every day, twice, maybe 3 times, and these kind of jiu-jitsu mini camps. But everywhere in the Europe so far. And of course, I'm thinking about going to States also. I have a lot of offers from States, but I don't want to go there before I got the proper work visas and everything, because I don't want to do the stuff what many jiu-jitsu guys do. They go there with the tourist visa, and then they do some seminars, and they end up in a problem. So I don't want to do that, and because look at me, so I think I need to follow the rules.
I feel that. You don't want to get banned from somewhere that's got that much opportunity in terms of jiu-jitsu.
That's it, and it's still my biggest audience is United States. Every platform, like that's my biggest audience, and of course in jiu-jitsu, United States, it's huge there. So, but I'm traveling around, and actually just, let's say, in 3 weeks, I'm going to come to London. I'm going to come to High Wycombe Positive Strength Jiu-Jitsu teaching.
Well, that's only up the road from us. Yeah. It's about 40 minutes up the road from us. We might see you. Yeah.
I'm going to be Sunday 27th. I'm going to be teaching there. So check out the details. And if you guys want to come to train with me, it's a great gym, and the name is Positive Strength BJJ, and the guys are really positive. Carlos, the head guy there, and actually Demian Maya's gym, Demian Maya, how do you say?
Affiliate.
Yeah. So great place, super nice people. So that's why I decided to go there second time and happy to go there and happy to travel, you know. And I'm always, when I'm going to doing seminars or something like that, when I'm at the airport, I'm like with my manto backpack and, you know, there's geese and everything. I'm like, I'm traveling, I'm flying somewhere, other country to teach jiu-jitsu. Somebody's paying me to do this. Ah, I love it. It's so great.
Must be
So
ecstatic. Even when I was there, like just there's something different about being in a different country and just like walking your way to class. It's there's something about it. Like it's I don't know. Like I'm Irish, obviously. I live in here 10 years, so it's like here. But like even when I go back home to train at like to a gym I've never been at, like it's unbelievable. Like that kind of nervous. That's why like the first class I went to, I don't play a lot of guard. Like my guard is rubbish. It's dog shit. Like, and you were doing open guard stuff, and Santeri was there teaching it, and I was just I couldn't even. There was a white belt Charlie I was training with, and like he was telling me what to do, and I was just getting so nervous, couldn't even talk to people. And that was the same time like when I saw you, and I was like, I'll go over now and talk to you about that, and I was like, no, I just need to leave the gym because of this bad performance. Like,
was your instruction in English or Spanish when you were there?
They do both.
Oh, both.
Yeah, we do both there because we have a lot of, because we are in Costa del Sol, biggest tourist destination in the world, and main classes we do in Spanish, but basically all of the coaches we speak Spanish and English, and I speak Spanglish, so I mix everything, and luckily I'm good enough so nobody can do anything about it. But they understand me, and jiu-jitsu universal language.
Yeah. Movements is universal, but it is nice. That's why I said to the boys, I said it was nice that they started speaking Spanish first, and I was there, and I was like, oh shit, and I was like, oh, but I can get the movements, understand what they're saying. But then when they just spoke English straight away after, and I was like, oh sweet, like it clears up any doubts that you might have in your head. So it is a cool thing that the Scramble Academy does, like, you know. So props to that, like.
It looks like a lovely gym. I can't wait to get over there. I'm getting my meniscus sorted in a couple of weeks, so next year is going to be a big year for jiu-jitsu, so I definitely want to come over after the praise that Mike sung about the place, and obviously seeing the photos and videos all the time. It looks like a lovely unit. How long's that been up and running now?
I think 9 years. I think gym was open like 2 years. It was open 2 years before I went there. Yeah. So we have. So
it's always been that unit, because that's a hell of a mat space. Because I wasn't sure whether like when you first started training with Centerio, there was a smaller unit and you moved into that one.
We were there, and actually we have the downstairs tatami. We just renewed the tatami, excellent, beautiful tatamis, and we have upstairs also like a 60 square meters. So I think we have the biggest tatami space area in whole Andalusia, and Andalusia they have like 8 million people here, so it's a big place. So
yeah,
Jimmy and people are great, and I think we have created kind of a unique way how we're treating, how we're training, because we have so much visitors, and we need to be really open about it, and that's also a way to make it better, because there's always new guys who comes with training with us. There is world champions basically every day, and there is super high level guys, but there is just also normal guys. So it's just like even though I train my same partners mostly, but because there's always visitors, it's always nice to see new people and roll with new people and meeting new people. So I love it. So you never know who is going to walk through those doors, and whoever it is, open arms. If you're a world champion or the zero stripe white belt, I'm going to treat you the same respect. Welcome.
That's the beauty of jiu-jitsu, mate. Have you got any listener questions?
Yeah, I have some. So there was a good few questions that came in, but I just said we'd limit it to 4 kind of many stages of, like, because there's beginner people asking questions, there's people that are doing a lot. We asked some questions about the Instagram stuff and all that we've covered, but there was like just
actually a couple. Before you get into that, have you got much experience with the BJJ Reddit, Miko?
What?
The Reddit, the subreddit for BJJ on.
Do you know the Reddit app?
Are you aware of Reddit? It's effectively like a multiple chat website where you've got like different pages for different interests. So there's a jiu-jitsu one, there's ones for like pretty much any hobby you can imagine has a subreddit, right? Mike put a question about having you on just to see if anyone wanted to ask any questions. And it's an incredibly toxic place, right? At the moment he told me he posted there, I was like, you've made a mistake. And most of the comments that came back were just not very positive. They were saying things about like your social media presence, perhaps teaching techniques that either aren't high percentage or wouldn't work, and there was just a lot of negativity around it. And I think, like, obviously having spoken to you today, I almost wasn't going to bring it up because you've kind of answered the question through your presence. You know, you are just an incredibly positive guy. But wonder, do you get much feedback like that directly through your social media, or is it just like kind of the snakes that aren't willing to say it to your face that say it? And what's your kind of comeback to people that have that opinion of the stuff you're putting out there?
So I don't get so much negative stuff or bad stuff through internet. There is a lot of people who are talking, but for example, I have like 400, I don't know, 40 something thousand followers on Instagram, and I have been, because if you started like really bad message, I don't even open it and I block it immediately. But I have needed to block 98 people totally this 5 years. That's not a lot. And again, I don't give a shit what people think about it. Most of those guys want to be me. And again, my jiu-jitsu is great. And I'm just, spreading the love of jiu-jitsu. Of course, there is going to be, but every single move what I am showing, it's possible to do. But of course, if I show only high percentage moves, and I'll post every single day, I can show you the arm triangle fucking 25 times. Then you're going to be fucking great video to Mataleo. So sometimes we see a video, then I do it one time in a row, I say, fucking, let's film it. So I just want to show a lot of options and get the funness of in jiu-jitsu. So
I think if you're recording for so many years as well, like it gets boring, armbar, straight foot lock, whatever it is. It's like, I actually like watching the stuff you put out because it's not your normal stuff, you know what I mean? Like like if you could catch someone like whether it's in the gym or in competition in one of these mad submissions, I mean, like that's bragging rights for life, like,
exactly. And that's it. And again, but like there is no point for just post like a game stuff. And this is I'm experiencing. I'm sharing my passion. I'm trying new stuff, and I'm like, oh fuck. Yeah. And there is probably techniques that is extremely hard to do. But I'm just gonna show it to you. If you want to say, "Oh, this shit doesn't work," I don't care. I can still fucking fight. I train best guys in the Europe. So if you're doubting my skills, more than welcome to test them. But this is just a way to show the techniques to work and try it. So sometimes it works for you, sometimes it doesn't. But every single technique, what I have, somebody has hit it in the round, and usually I hit it in some rounds, and then I'm like, if I hit it once, like at least the blue belt, let's say, so then I'm like, fuck it, let's film it. Sometimes I see it on the night time, next day I train it, I tried it for one blue belt when I'm rolling, and I submit it, and I think, fuck it, it's good enough, let's film it.
Yeah.
Just to, share it to people.
To be fair, caveat to that is, like Reddit, that app is full of people just shitting on people no matter what, and like putting people in a light. Like Joe Rogan has a subreddit, there's other podcasts that have, and they're just people just posting and saying how shit these people are. It's 90% toxic.
Yeah, I don't know why we it was a bad idea. A good place to look for questions, but hey, if you live and you learn.
I thought the jiu-jitsu community would be better than that, but they didn't represent themselves the best.
Your positivity is the perfect answer for that as well. Like, look, you're coaching at the biggest academy in southern Spain, and they're sat in their mum's basement hating on you. So that's the proof's in the pudding, brother. But
even on the back of that, like there was.
Thankfully, from Instagram and WhatsApp, we got a few.
No, this one was actually from Reddit, but it goes. He's where was it? So his name was Jake Inney, and he said, "How do you do that rocking chair armbar?" As he's tormenting white belts trying it. So if you've any tips on your rocking chair armbar for him, I just said because it wasn't something I've seen. And I was thinking maybe you know it off the top of your head. It's just
the rocking chair, yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, and actually it is a joke because the thing is well, watch my video. It's not so complicated, but there is a lot of crucial details because the guy's arm needs to be a specific way. So you cannot force it if the guy is not defending it. Basically, the arm are like really high elbows. So, but you can see the details there. And I have been hitting that move actually quite a few times, so it's a great move, and actually it is a joke. But pay attention for the grips. So I think that's my tip because most of the guys make the mistake that they do it with some kind of a cable grip. So actually, I think the best way to do it is with the S grip. So do it with the S grip and play a little bit of different grips, and make sure that the arms are in the right position so you can swing the leg over. And if the guy knows what you are doing and he doesn't need to defend so much, he can stand your way. But focus on the grips and the positioning of your opponent's arm.
That's a perfect answer, I think, and you can go back and look at your instructional and look more closely at what you just told him to look for. There's a white belt question, so he's like, what do you think are the 3 most important drills to work on as a white belt? And that was from...
So let's say, I can even give you 6 because I'm not, so I can give you 3. For example, normal drills, what you do with a partner, I think you should do the basic drills from the close guard. I still teach them every day. So armbar, triangle, and maybe omoplata entries. And I also do like back arm bars. So we control the elbow, push the head, and I don't know even if you did it on Spain. So basic drills from the close guard, beginners, white belts, because of course we learn the technique, but also what we need to learn, we need to do the technique so good that even though if we attack it, we're gonna get a reaction. And a higher level, I cannot armbar Santeri 100% from close guard. Maybe if I'm super lucky, but when I do it right and I attack it, I force him to react, and that might open something for me. So that's why the basics are really important. And also solo drills, really important. I do a lot of solo drills still. And I do, for example, triangle entries. I lay on my back and I shoot my hip up and I turn my hip and shoot triangles. And then just basic movements like front rows, back rows, but like smoothly. Because
it'll come back.
Let's see if it comes back.
Good again.
So the better you move on the tatami, the better you are in jiu-jitsu. So that's why, because some coaches are like, normal, you don't need to do warm-ups, you don't need to do this, you can do straight jiu-jitsu. I understand the point, but the thing is that if you do this front rows, back rows, create this kind of movement, you're going to be more fluid on the movement on the mats, and that's going to make your jiu-jitsu better. So I still believe in this kind of movement-based. I don't believe like doing something like a jumping jacks. That doesn't make your jiu-jitsu better. But everything like movement drills, back rows, front rows, pam, this kind of ninja movement, I love it. So solo drills and partner drills, there you are. Arm bars, triangles, omoplatas, close guard for beginners. If you are a pair, if you don't have triangle entries, front rows, back rows, and going on the mat back and forth and learning how to move there naturally.
Nice. Well, perfect answer again. Yeah, I'm just two more. We won't bust you with listeners' questions, but what's your favorite takedown for a larger opponent?
I think my favorite is going to be ankle pick, some form of ankle pick. I try to even. Sometimes what I do, I pull them close to me, and then I just extend and I go for the ankle and some kind of a kochi-gari, like foot sweep, judo stuff. But usually I go for maybe the ankle pick. Ankle pick is.
I actually taught single leg myself when the very minute I read it, and I was wondering what your thoughts would have been. But
probably pull guard
and I think the best question, I think it's something we both thought was good as well when we read it. It was Callum McKay, BJJ, off Instagram. He asked, getting your black belt, how has it changed your overall look on jiu-jitsu? Like when you got it, have you changed?
How you see jiu-jitsu? Is it, have
like
you changed your approach to it as a whole at all?
Yeah, so first of all, because there's not so many times when you get a new belt in jiu-jitsu. So always when you get it, because we don't do this for belts. Of course not. But if you get a new belt, there is so much work what crystallizes on those moments. So you need to always kind of think about, okay, where I'm now, what I'm going to do next. Not so much my perspective, but what I started to do when I got my black belt, I started to go back to this kind of how I can master these basic things. Not like, I'm going to do something great. No. I went back to do scissor sweeps, and I was like, I started to master the cycle again. That was how I started. And of course, I have been feeling heavily like I'm a teacher and I'm an inspirator. So as a black belt, I was feeling that even more. So I just want to help people. And now when I'm a black belt, it's much easier. I was the same when I was a purple belt, but now it's much easier because I'm much better in jiu-jitsu, and I have been learning a lot. I'm much better than I was then. So for me, it's just this lifelong journey of helping other people to get better.
I can't imagine it. Like, it seems like you're going through chapters, and it's like getting a black belt is like a new book, but it's like jiu-jitsu never ends. But it's like, there's a sequel, but now this one goes forever.
This one goes forever, and it changes a lot, because there is always, if you're a black belt, there is expectations. So for example, when you roll, I'm a goofy roller, so I just do crazy stuff. I'm really good what I do, but I don't care if somebody taps me and I just try new stuff. But when you're a black belt, but I love the people's faces, because mostly black belts are, they can be funny and everything, but they're like
stoic.
Exactly. I don't let you tap, but I do fucking stuff that white belts do sometimes. Like in a good way, I do front throws, and sometimes I try some kind of rolling kimura, and I end up in the bottom with the arm like this. Fuck me, just struggling my way out. So I just want to keep it still fun and just show them that I'm just a white belt who never gave up. I'm just a fucking white belt who never gave up, and everybody can be black belt if they don't never stop jiu-jitsu. So
That's really cool.
That's
I think that's actually
cool
it's put a good smile on my face just talking to you, like when you speak about it. You know, I think it's infectious, your love for jiu-jitsu. Like,
yeah, you're definitely your positive attitude's infectious. Like, there's not another word for it. You know, I'm in a better mood having spoken to you than I was at the start of the call, for sure, my friend. Is there? Thank you so much for coming on, man.
Yeah, and giving us your time.
It's been great chatting to you, and I'm definitely would love to have a chat again in person someday when we get over to train with you guys. Is there anything you want to plug or anything you wanted to say before we part ways?
No. I just want everybody who is watching this keep training, and there is going to be good days. There is going to be, easy days. There is going to be tough days, and remember, motivation comes and goes. Discipline is what you take you to the high level if you just keep your discipline. And I know it's not easy. But again, if you decide you are not going to stop, don't stop. And jiu-jitsu will make you better in every aspect in your life. And you guys already probably know it. Whatever you do, if you're not professional, it doesn't matter. If you train jiu-jitsu, you are a better man. You're a better human being. You're every aspect in your life gets better. So I just want to say, everybody, don't quit. Don't quit. And remember, jiu-jitsu never die.
Appreciate it, brother. Much love.
All right, so I don't know if he enjoyed that as much as we did, because he's just totally infectious. Like, I mean, we came here, it's piss and rain.
Not in the same way you are either.
Yeah, what?
He's infectious, not in the way you are.
Fucking hell, man. Yeah, because I'm getting over a cold, that's what he means. But just like we were in kind of bad form. Well, you more so than me.
Been in terrible form lately. Even Tim commented the other day, because I've been sat Matt's side obviously with this perennial injury. He was like, "You need to get your knee fixed soon, mate." Like, I was just bullying people from the side of the mat. Just to be clear, to people that don't know me, not actually bullying people I don't know, but people that are my mates. I was just giving them a load of shit.
We call it positive reinforcement.
That's it, mate.
But yeah, so it's been a long time. Like, Redden Festival's been on and everything.
Yeah, you've been to Spain.
I've been to Spain, yeah. A little vlog there on the page if anybody wants to catch up on it about being in Spain.
The last one was the one with Andy, wasn't it? Where we recapped CGI and AGCC, so that kind of tells you how long ago it was. But hopefully we followed it with a bang anyway. So
I had a load of notes there because just stuff to go through about because we hadn't. I started to make notes and actually took a lot of them down. So we're going to catching up away days. So I've been to.
You've done heaps, haven't it?
Been down to Impact as well. Yeah, when I came back from holidays, obviously was in St. Terry's gym. Real great gym. I think
which one are we talking about? Impact or St. Terry's?
No, well, St. Terry's. I was in St. Terry's first, and I think if you just go to the Instagram, and because I recapped my thoughts, because the idea was I was thinking would I make a kind of a vlog or not, but either way I'd record
I'm here in Malaga, Spain. I'm about to check out St. Terry Lilius's gym. Follow me today.
I could never have said his full name properly.
That's so cringe.
But it was recording my thoughts. So I mean, great gym. If you're there, you should go. High level instruction. It's done in English and Spanish. The people there are sound as fuck. I met the Spanish. I have to give this fella a shout out. I think his name is Sergio, and he's like the Spanish Mikey Musumeci, and he was just fucking me up as we were rolling. And I said, "Do you know you look like Mikey Musumeci?" And he was like, "What?" As he was fucking me up. Do you know, people that know me know I talk shit when I'm getting destroyed. So it kind of takes away from people focusing on trying to kill me, and they're laughing more at what I'm saying. And
it makes them double down on their efforts.
Why
not have it? It's a risky strategy.
But he was he caught me in some weird crucifix lock and all this kind of stuff, and was tapping me multiple times. And then there was a minute left, and I said, "Come on." So he goes, "You okay?" And he laughed, and I was laughing back at him. And I go, "Yeah, come on, let's show me your best." And he actually backflipped over to pass me.
Not like a cartwheel pass.
No, like a proper backflip. It was just yes. But it was just stuff like that, and it was. It was just everyone was there, and I say Chokes more Miko. I met him there, and I was drilling partner with him, which was fucking cool as well, because he was showing me things I was doing wrong, and kind of coaching you through stuff as well, which is good, and done my wrestling class there, which was the worst thing I ever did in my life. It's the worst. Because it was my first day there, I didn't want to be. If Ken's just pointing to something that looks like ringworm on my arm, which is not.
just completely trying to throw him off while he's talking. He's pointing to the ominous red circle on Mike's forearm.
But which is not ringworm. But I work in construction. I get red
loads-
rings all over myself.
Lots of ringworms in construction.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. So you were over there. Sergio was fucking you up.
Yeah.
You were Miko's training partner, which was cool because he was showing you shit you didn't know. So.
Yeah, and I got fucked up by guys, but it's very hard to guess people's belts when it's all no-gi, you know. I mean, I held my own in the belt level. Oh yeah, but in the wrestling class, sorry, they just kept going. They didn't stop. Like the water break was like 10 seconds, and it was like start jogging around the mat then, and they jog for like 2 minutes, and then they go back in. They do, I think it was 3 5-minute rounds. No, it was 3 3-minute rounds. And of wrestling, so you'd have to do attacks on him, and then he'd have to do attacks on you, and you just shoot back and forth, and then we'd run around the mat again, and then you change partners.
They're trying to take you down. Are you actively defending?
Yeah, you have to
Okay.
And it was just, and then you'd run around again, and then you they'd switch up the partners, and it'd go again, and it was just, and then the open mat was after, and I was like, fuck it, I'm not gonna let myself or the fucking where I've come from down. I'm gonna roll the whole way through it. And I was bollocks. Like even on Wednesday, my legs were still hurting me. Like, you know.
Yeah, was that the one you shared your heart rate strap from?
Yeah, it was like 190.
So for the listeners, so heart rate, your like peak heart or max heart rate is supposed to be 220 minus your age. So for Mike at 40, that would mean that his max heart rate that he should be operating up to is 180 BPM. Anything over that is, you know, the danger zone. Like as Kenny Loggins said, Mike spent that entire training session on the highway to the danger zone. I think 70% of the session you were in 190 BPM.
Yeah, it was like...
It even went off the little chart once where it charts the heart rate. So, you know, as much as I give you shit for your laziness, you left it all out there. And,
I felt I had to.
Did you know it was a wrestling class when you turned up to it, or did you just think it was going to be a no-gi?
No,
class?
I read it and I knew it said wrestling class, and I goes, oh yeah, I'll try that. But me and my forgetful mind, walking up there, I completely forgot. And then we went in, and like the warm-ups were crazy as well. Like
cartwheels and handsprings and stuff.
Yeah, do you know, like when you fire yourself across the mat, like from a seat, just like standing, and then like you kind of throw yourself across, and then there was one like where you're throwing yourself across and you spin.
I'm sorry, I have no idea what you're describing.
So like you're like, do you know, like you propel yourself forward, like a box jump, but forward, like.
Oh, like, yeah, okay.
So like your feet are kind of together, and you jump from.
Like standing jump.
Yeah.
Broad jumps, yeah.
And it was just like stuff like that, and then there was cartwheels, obviously, and like shrimping up the mat, shrimping back the mat. Man, just like all this mad stuff, and like they were doing backflips and everything, and there was one like where you handstand, do you know, like when you roll forward, handstand and spring up.
Handstand to crab sort of thing.
Obviously, I can't do that, like, but like then there was just move on your head and just fall straight over while your head's on the mat. I'm sure people that wrestle know this, but I'd never done any wrestling class before or any kind of wrestling training, so this was all new to me. But that was a good half an hour of that.
It sounds like a lot of hard work, mate.
It was like, to be honest, like I was.
And some cunts will moan about running around in a circle for 5 minutes.
Yeah, and that's like me. But no, it was really good. Like I actually really enjoyed it, and it really showed me like how much of a pussy I am towards. Like I know I'm always giving out about cardio and I'm whatever, but it showed me something that like I really need to improve on. Like. And even the wrestling attacks like that, woodwork and jiu-jitsu, like you know, jumping in for a single leg, kind of, you know, they kind of create like you're kind of going to turtle position, come back up off it. It was just stuff like that.
Although when I get that real low single,
yeah,
build back
just
up
diving back in and up, like, and wrestling up after that. It's like certain stuff we were doing was just really fucking cool, and I'm just so pussy scared of wrestling like that. I'm just, you know,
as you should be at 40 years old, mate. It's a very good way to get injured.
But I was wrestling like after that we did the open mat. Can't remember the guy's name, it's terrible, but he's like Spanish champion, European champion.
What, at wrestling?
Yeah, like fucking, and just like way smaller than me. Like guy was about 5'4", like, and just absolutely fucking me up. He was a black belt in jiu-jitsu as well. Like,
wow! So like
oh man, unbelievable! Like, and he was just telling me all the stuff he had, and I'm probably butchering half it, but fuck me, unbelievable! Like that's what, like that gym just has every kind of level there. And
it looks sick. Massive mat space, great instruction.
Yeah, like huge mat space.
Quality climate.
Yeah, unbelievable.
How far was it from where you were staying? You say like
it was a 25-minute walk, like, all uphill.
Yeah, nice warm up for that.
Yeah, that's
30-minute wrestling class.
Yeah, so that's what she said. You're warmed up already. There was a woman on the counter, like, and she goes, "Oh, you're warmed up already," and I was like, "Yeah, I'm just." I was killed walking up the hill, sweating all day.
Not intentionally, love. Just walked up that hill. Have you been up there?
I was empty reaching, walking up the hill. Like,
It's 27,
from the
27 degrees outside. There's a hill. Jeez.
But so can't really say anything else about that. But
It sounds class, mate.
no,
it looked class while you were out there. It looks like a great gym.
I'd never go back to places I've been. I think like if you have the opportunity to travel, you should travel and see as much as you can. I'd go back there for a weekend and do jiu-jitsu. Like,
Nice.
I think I really.
Well, I've promised Miko I will now, so you'll have to take me with you.
Yeah, I put you in my suitcase.
That's it, mate.
I was also trying not to be. This is actually something I wrote down. Like, when you go to another gym, I was doing the gi and I knew people's levels and stuff. But like, you also don't want to get enforced. It's like trying to fuck people up.
Yeah, well, I don't know, the enforce thing. We've talked about it before. I think there's two ways you can fuck someone up, right?
No, but I know like if you're technically doing it, but like, it's just like sometimes.
Yeah,
sometimes when you're getting a hard road.
I've just realised who I'm talking to. Yeah, you probably.
It's Spazzy Blue Belt.
If you're fucking someone up, there's one way, and they're not having fun in that role.
Yeah.
I kind of like. I think
I kind of like. I think I had a couple of roles where I kind of had to step it back, but I don't know. I could be talking shit, and I'm not saying I have good jiu-jitsu or anything like that. But if this is what it's coming across as sounding like, it's just it was something.
Just trying not to be a dick when you're like actively some of the stuff you would maybe do.
Like my collar ties, I'm going to pull you down. Like I went for a guy. Same. We were same belt, same thing, and he double legged me, and like that was a great double leg. But I got him in a guillotine, but he moved his leg the wrong way, and I got my leg back out. He was actually clearing me to the right side, but I got my leg back out and around, and I was able to finish it. And it was like that was on the Saturday or on the Friday before I left, and it was like if anything, having a guillotine, leaving. I didn't care if I got smashed the whole week.
But just getting one.
Getting a guillotine and leaving like. Fucking, that's magic.
Like, that, it's like holiday made.
That's like
sort of situation.
But so that's enough of that. Anyway.
No, but I agree with you. Just on the rolling while you're away, because obviously I know it feels like just yesterday because I've been injured for the rest of the summer. But when we were in Portugal, rolling out there, it's as well like it's holiday rolls. It's a different thing, You don't go with this even if you feel someone's coming at you with a certain amount of intensity, you try not to match it. You try and make it clear. You probably had a few beers the night before.
Yeah, 100%.
You don't want to get injured. You're probably a bit dehydrated. It's a different mindset. You're there to get a bit of a sweat on while you're on holiday. It's like if you go for a jog from when you're on holiday. I know you're not a runner, but if you do, like people that like to run might go for a run while they're on holiday. No one's beating their 5k PB whilst they're on holiday. It's a different sort of run, It's like you just go in there, get a sweat, try and get to know some locals and move on.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. But I actually trained 5 days out of the...
Which is sick.
Yeah, and like, fortunately enough, I have a missus that's fucking understanding and let me do that, you know what I mean? So it just worked out really well. But I'm talking on that mentality then as well. We're talking about, we spoke about it with Miko, but... turning it up, like, we've had this conversation there just recently, and I wanted to talk about it because obviously I'd watched that Chris Leckenday's video on.
We spoke about Chris when Luke came on and we talked about Collision. I think we've mentioned Chris once or twice.
Yeah, Luke has him in high regards.
Purple belt now. Yeah, I'd said the first time I saw him at Collision, I was like, this guy does really nice jiu-jitsu. Like,
that was it. Yeah.
Aesthetically pleasing to watch. I said to Luke, and then Luke was like, yeah, I've rolled with him. He's a good roller. He got his purple recently, and he seems to be doing well on the comp scene. He seems to be competing every other.
Yeah, you could see like stuff. My comment was like you could kind of see the game face on, like, and it was just like I was like, fuck me, I wish I could get fucking, have that switch. We've done a little diagram of switch and everything, like, to just turn it on like that. And I think like it's something I'm going to have to actually work on, is like for competition, not like really so much in the gym, but a way of turning up. But I'm afraid of turning it up and being spazzy. Because I'm spazzy when I'm not turning it up.
But you're so afraid of turning it up and not being able to turn it off. constantly raging around like life. Feel like, fuck, I've opened out this repressed hate and anger.
Jesus, I have a lot of that there. There's a lot of stuff being pushed down for fucking 20 fucking plus years. If I was to open that door.
Oh, the idea of you just
coming out. Imagine if I found that gear and it was just fucking fantastic with my jiu-jitsu. But I don't know. Like,
we're at a competition and like Dom's like, this is great. I've never seen Michael roll this way. You know, it's like the consequences that forevermore he's completely unbearable to deal with as a human.
Yeah, but who knows? Let's hope that happens. But no, it was just something I had to talk because I think you have a good competition mindset, whether you know it or not. I make jokes like about if we travel somewhere and we drive in the same car, like. If you lose, like, I don't want to be in the same car as you driving back.
That's why I always drive myself. We'll go with the missus because I don't want to be in the car with anyone else after either.
You know, and it's just something I thought about because, like,
you say that's good though, but for me,
no, but you put more work in than I do.
But it also like it makes competing less fun, right?
Yeah, 100%.
I don't think other than that first one that we all went to, that one that was like an inter club at Fight City.
Oh yeah.
The Caged BJJ when we all went together, and I had never competed, so I didn't do any prep and was just like, you know what, I'm just going to jump on the scale and then have some goes to see if I enjoy competing at jiu-jitsu, right? It was like a few weeks or a few months after my blue belt. That was fun, right? That was like a day out with the lads. I had a great time. Ever since then, honestly, I've had good times with you lot after the competition is over. But I have never enjoyed the comp experience.
But you have that switch, like
because I care too much about the result, and I don't know whether that's good or bad. You know,
I think it is good. I think you need that gear. That's what I'm saying. I think that's a gear that you need. I think you need that competition gear where you care about it more. Because I don't. I think because I've never really put all my effort into it, I'm not really worried if it pays off or not. It's like that John Jones thing where he said, "Oh, you know, I fought you on cocaine or whatever." Like it's, you know, it's an out if you lose.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, you don't want to put it.
I don't think I fought anyone on cocaine. Just to be clear for people who know me.
Not yet, mate. There's left plenty of time left in your life yet.
I've absolutely talked the ear off them, which they probably wanted to hit me. We could have gotten five.
It can certainly be arranged, man. But yeah, I don't know, mate. I think it'd be tough to put it all out there. You know, do the training camp and everything, and still, you know, realise you're awful.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's going to happen now because...
but it does happen, you know, you put all of that work in and then you lose in the first round. I still think, it's worth it.
We're recording on a Tuesday and I'm off the beer since Sunday, and like I'm off the beer for the next 5 weeks, so...
Have you registered for... Are you doing Reading or Fleet? Because they're on the same day.
I'm doing Reading, obviously, because I want to have a Reading medal, but I might try and get one in before that, like a warm-up to get the mind right.
Nice one.
So we'll see. Hopefully, like my knee and my elbow ain't too great, but I'm back on the BPC 57 again. I need to order some TB 500, and I'll probably go on a fucking 250 milligrams test for the next 5 weeks as well.
Wow, it's kind of sad, mate. But fair play to you.
Well,
do whatever makes you
happy. I'm 40, mate. You know what I mean? And I've worked in construction all my life. Like I'm not fucking... And
you blasted Trent.
And I blasted Trent for about fucking... And testosterone and Deca and fucking everything for about 8 years.
To be fair, you'll probably bring your test back up to...
I think my test is fine, to be honest. I don't really think I have low tests.
Alright, so you are cheating. Fair enough.
Well, like fucking... I can go and do a run and get a test and, you know...
It's not cheating, is it? Because they don't test in jiu-jitsu. I'm just winding you up.
Really, I know, yeah. No, I'm just saying.
You know my opinion on juice.
Yeah, you're going to take it when you're 40. And then I get shit for it.
I joke and say that. I kind of like the idea of being like a grizzled 50-year-old with like zero testosterone and just fucking people up with pure technique. I like the idea of it. My body may not agree with that.
No, I don't think so at all.
It's giving up.
I think if you think injuries are bad now,
it's giving up at 35. So I think 50 is going to be a completely different experience. But yeah, well, to be fair, mate, out of a lot of people that we know are on the source, I respect you for always being honest and open about it. Rather than trying to...
I don't give a fuck what people think.
Try and make at it something else. And that's the same with myself. Whoever it was, the time when I hopped on it, I would definitely let people know.
Yeah, like to be honest, like to be fair, it's nobody's fucking business. But I don't care what you think. And if you feel that, so like not you, like in particular you being
Yeah,
anyone
I mean,
or everyone.
Both,
You are,
both me and the royal.
Yeah, but like obviously, like if you say something, it will, you being a mate, like it will fucking register or something. That'll be more stuff I'll be pushing down and just saying forget about it. You know what I mean?
Mate, you've bottled it up. Use it to find that gear, Michael. I'm giving you the gear. It's like not that gear. It sounds like you've already got that one covered.
Every kind of one, yeah.
I'm giving you the other gear.
I'm switching gears now from fucking social to fucking competition, but pun intended if people understand.
Switching gears.
Yeah. Yeah, so not rolling with your favourite training partners.
No, you miss me. Is that?
Man. No, but all the boys like.
You miss me.
It's
specifically though.
Like Lucas is actually training with us a lot more, which like we often get to Tuesday in, so that's kind of cool. Like, but then like you're not there and Bobby's not there, and like I was to say, someone had mentioned like previously about like cliques, and like so there is no clique now. So like I find myself lost in the sea of like because I'm still friendly with everyone like and like everyone's sound like, but you do miss roles with your favourite people. Like I have good roles with some of the lads like. You know, like Harvey's always trying to go footlocks and stuff like that, and like I don't mean to mention everybody's name because I'll be here for fucking ages.
And like, do
you know,
it's
but
fucking boring for people that don't know him.
So. But like it's just like yourself, our little crew like they always go for pints afterwards and stuff like that, which everyone's invited to, just in case you think you're not. But like it's just fucking, it's different, man. And like I kind of, you know, it's like Benny's gonna fucking love this one, like, but like you know, you'd miss you on the mats, like, you know, that kind of way, and like, and then if we do have a role like. Because Benny thinks that I have some sort of repression about being homosexual.
Benny's going to seduce Michael. We can't. There's too much lore to go into to go into that one. But let's just leave it at the fact that Michael one day will be seduced by Ben Benowith. Even if you don't know who he is, he actually was on the podcast. So go back and listen. You should know who he is. Get to know. But no, I guess what you're saying is it's shit not training with your favourite training partners. Yeah. But at least you're still training. Like
and like
and
come back, get healthy, and let's fucking go.
I think roles are roles. You know, as long as you're getting that, like you're saying, those good roles. But like drilling's a bit different, especially like you know because it's slower pace and you're like. Yeah. You are more conversational. You are kind of problem solving a little bit. Like you know, once you've done the move a few times and you start adding in some resistance, and it's like, okay, what do you do if you know I post here and stuff like that? It's like you don't get that from
different people.
I think I'm going to parrot something. A conversation I had with someone earlier this week. So I'm getting deja vu thinking about it. So apologies if I'm stealing this from someone. I'd credit you if I could remember who you were. But like I find so often you get like one of the two ends of the spectrum of drilling partners that are either just don't let you do the move and they're just incredibly resistive, and even if they let you do the move they're like awkward in terms of like they don't kind of flow with the position or something, or they like don't react like a real partner would in that position, and it's like that's just shit. That's kind of I think how Bobby injured his knee was with like you know
it was just someone who was a bit rigid.
It was drilling and someone was a bit rigid, and it's like you know not fully warm maybe, and then all the other people which are just dead fish and like it's like rolling with the rolling dummy, and it's like
to be fair, I don't.
You know, if you don't know people well, I don't feel comfortable saying like, mate, can you be a better training partner? Whereas like you know if. To be fair, Bobby's got a tendency to stroll off and have a chat with other people across the gym, and it's like
he'll do that after he's got his rounds.
Yeah, after he's done his bit, he's like there's some way he holds back people's development. He's like, I'm just going to go have a chat. But like you know, when you feel comfortable with someone, you're like, oh, get back here, I need to get my reps in. Or like with you, it's like, oh, can you give me a bit more resistance here?
Yeah.
It's like where it's like you know in a big gym. That's why the mornings are nice because it's a smaller club. So like you know, I'm more familiar with everyone there. Whereas like, mate, if I went back to an evening class now, I'd be like, who do I train with?
Yeah. To be fair, I've been like there's been a couple of evenings there. I've come in from work and I came in late there last. It was like I didn't get in till 15 minutes into the class, and I was just like in bad form. And I was with one of the lads, Michael, and I was another Michael, and I was just like, I'm not even bothered if we do the technique kind of thing, do you know? And it was just like that shit for him. Then that he has to get fucking put with me, like, and I'm just like I was letting him do it to me more, but it's just like it's a bit. You know, that's me being a bad partner, so I can't really go off on other people, you know.
But I guess it's like anything, like any hobby, right? You know, it's like, let's say we played golf, God forbid, but let's say we did play golf. you can have a good round of golf with a bunch of clients from work, right?
Yeah.
But you don't have the same crack when you're having a round with the boys, and it's like it's the same thing. It's like, you know, we're mates now outside of jiu-jitsu. We met through jiu-jitsu, but we've all got like a social connection outside of that. So it's like, you know, it's great to do your hobby and see your best mates at the same time, isn't it? Like, and it's like, it's shit when that's not happening. But soon come, mate. Surgery booked, 8th of November. So
let's fucking go.
Yeah, so I should be back training full pelt by Christmas, fingers crossed, but definitely by the new year. So.
Yeah, I'd say New Year. I'd say like take that time off, because if you decide to fucking have a few pints and stuff, and you're going in, you don't want to be like those couple of that holiday week couple of weeks could do you the best, like. Yeah. You know, and you'll be getting some good food in you and stuff like that as well. So
get some calories in for sure. But so I've also I've got to the point where like the tear in my meniscus is completely flicking in and out of the joint now. It's like it's to that stage. So when it flicks out of the joint, I've almost got no pain, right? So last Friday it was a comp class, and I was like, a lot of the drilling's positional, right? So I can just pick the position
you want to be
that is like I can look after my knee, and I will pick the partners that are maybe a bit lighter than me, or I know that I can predict what, like, you know, not someone that's like much bigger than me and potentially spazzy and going to injure me. So I've actually, you know, since we last spoke,
you're getting some rounds in every now and again, like.
Yeah, I've been able to get a few rounds in. I feel rusty as fuck, but it's just so nice being back.
Able to do some sort of a flow, even.
Just being able to like hit a couple of sweeps and you know, go from there. But yeah, other than that, jiu-jitsu wise, it's been pretty sparse for me. But have you done another away day? I'm sure there was one more I wanted to ask you about, but
jeez, if I
can't think of it now.
No, me neither. I
could have sworn you and the boys did one, but
I don't think so. I could be wrong.
I probably just.
Oh, do you know what I did? Well, I used to go to Pinewood. I was going to Pinewood quite a bit, doing it with the Carlson lads on the Thursday.
No, that was probably.
And I had only one light in the car, and it was getting dark, and I couldn't risk driving back, like. So I was just like, fuck it. But yeah, I'm going to resume that as well. I'm going to make a big effort, and this week, obviously, feeling a little bit fucking coffee there today or whatever, bit of coffee. But you know, I'll be back, like, and when I come back, I'm going to make an effort to turn up my jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, wait till that ringworm's healed up though.
It's a fucking scab, man. It's only a fucking
aside, the listeners and myself have heard this before, Mike. So let's hope this is the.
Heard what?
That you're gonna
go off the beer. I've never said that, have I?
I'm sure. I don't know.
I
haven't got a good enough memory to call you.
I've 2 cans of cider in the fridge and all, like, just because I know they're going to be there at the end.
But maybe you flirted with the idea of like giving it a proper go. So no, I'm looking forward to seeing the results, man. And,
I think it was for the Reading Comp, and then I got injured.
I think that was it.
That's a year ago, like.
Yeah, no, 6 months. It was the spring.
Oh, sorry,
Sorry. I was like, I haven't not been training that long. I was like, come on.
Sorry, man.
But yeah, was there anything else you wanted to go through?
What was I going to say? No, few things coming down the line. I've asked Corey Kent to come on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I think he's just competing every weekend, and
has he listened before?
I talked to him on Instagram anyway. I never actually have asked him.
No, I wouldn't ask him.
But I don't want to know the answer. Fucking be shut down. But no, but he's just like, he's competing every weekend, and he's beating brown belts, purple belts. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's got his purple recently.
He got his purple as well, yeah.
He's good. He seems like a sound guy, yeah.
I think Chris is looking for that match back, I think. And
Chris Leyendeckers, yeah. I needed to correct that because you butchered his name earlier.
You don't think I did I?
Didn't you call him Lecken something?
Leckendays. How do you say it? Sorry, mate, your name is... I'm fucking... I'm like Brendan Schaub most of the time. I'm fucking mushmouth.
Actually, to be fair, you made a solid effort at that.
Yeah.
I don't mean to bully you, mate.
I mean, I had to...
It's been too long.
I mean, I'm glad you didn't say it, but I'm going to leave cat out of the bag anyway, just in case. Like, I had to ask you what our coach's last name was, so... Because I wasn't going to go into the gym and not fucking say, who trains on you? Dom. Well, Dom who?
You know.
That fucking weird Polish name, and like how the fuck you fucking said it, I don't know, but yeah, so now I know it's Dibiets, yeah, so,
yeah,
you know, but you know, you live and you learn, and every day is a new day.
You can actually say it now as well. I'm
do you realise how many times I played that so I wouldn't fuck up his name when I said it to another black belt? Like,
remember when you were reading a caption from something when we were
I'm not going to say how I said
doing
it.
the podcast with Squish, and you just
But
anyway, fantastic listening for people.
Yeah,
just
sorry.
Me and Mike reminiscing on old podcasts. Go back and listen, guys. So we got stuff in the pipeline.
Santeri said he'd come on as well.
That'd be sick. Try and get that lined up. I am away
Dom
for a week now, so maybe get some stuff lined up for November if we can.
I think we're going to have Dom on because we've had enough on now, and I think if we get another black belt coaches on ahead of our own. We wanted to wait until we've things kind of tight, and I think this episode we're kind of the interview portion we're very happy with.
We're trailing off now, but let's be honest, we're an hour and a bit in, nobody's listening anymore, so that's fine. We can treat this like a personal conversation. But yeah, loads coming up, guys. Maybe try and get one more in next week before
100%
before the break, and then from November onwards, I will post surgery. We'll provide an update really, because obviously
we'll take it as it comes.
After next week, I'll probably be at a commission for a month or so, and then we'll hit the ground running. We'll get all of those lined in back to back and smash them out. We've said it before,
exciting,
and we'll probably say it again, but we're back, guys. So
I'm back.
Stay tuned. As always, guys, DGen10, X Marshall, DGen Pod, flowstate.com. Salt DGen for 10% off at Salt and Storm. It's got a really cool tarot card one recently. I didn't realise Danny Mouse was into the tarot cards.
Oh no, he's changed up the style from the art lately. Yeah,
he's been doing some that are based on like old school, like the old school tarot artwork.
Okay, I've seen one of them.
Into that apparently. He plans his whole days out using tarot cards. Old Danny Mouse.
You fucking weirdo. Yeah, respect.
But yeah. Anything you wanted to sign off on?
Yeah, I have a load of fucking rash guards coming out as well. Somebody please buy my rash guards.
Yeah.
And I'll just leave it at that if you don't like them.
As always, guys, play it to your nan.